Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is a game for the SNES. Personally, I played the game when I was little, and to me it was so great that I woke up on purpose at 4 AM to play it. And why? Because it was awesome. Okay, let me explain. The game was the first Final Fantasy game released in Europe, and therefore the start of a new age in Europe, an age of Final Fantasy. Now on to our first point, the graphics. Now don't be scared, these are called pixels. It is a SNES game, so what did you expect? The graphics were quite nice for that time. There were animations for monsters, characters and weapons. Even though this looked quite simple, it did give the game a bit of extra appeal. On to the sound, which is a rather short subject because there isn't a whole lot of sound. You have your typical sound effects for jumping, slashing or getting hit. The music, however, is... That sounds familiar. Oh! They used the same tune over and over with an occasional twist. However, this was not a bad thing. The tune itself is quite catchy, and even though you can easily hear the similarities, the different mixes are so well made for their environment you won't even be annoyed. Gameplay was not like the Zelda games, but it had some fun content. You can get different versions of a weapon or armor, effectively upgrading your character. Weapons had a use outside of battle too. You could chop down trees with your axe to progress a level, use your claw to climb walls or place bombs to remove obstacles. It was a starting level RPG for the Western civilization, or so they said. Overall, the game was quite easy. You go to town, search a dungeon, get new items, reclaim a crystal and repeat. You get to the occasional bosses who have actual death animations or rather frames, which is quite cool to see. Even though the game wasn't well known, I had a lot of fun playing it. It's a game with simple gameplay and an occasional joke. The game does not deserve its unknown status. If you are an RPG gamer or a fan of Final Fantasy, this game should at least be played once.